Hey guys, it's Evie here and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I hope you decide to stick around and subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing and talking about my thoughts and experience with the Move program by Natacha Oceane. So if you're interested in hearing all about that, just make sure you keep on watching. Move is a functional training guide curated and created by Natacha Oceane. And depending on your training style, you'll be able to find a guide on her website that really fits you and your lifestyle. So whether you love running, strength training, you want to cut muscle, cut fat, build muscle, or you want workouts from home, there is a guide for you. I'm just going to read out how Move is described straight from her website. So this is how it's described. Move is how I've personally worked out for the last few years. It's all about functional training to become the most athletic, well-rounded you. That means we're developing strength, power, coordination, and control in ways that transfer into sports and life. So that is kind of what drew me to this program, because I wanted a more of an athletic kind of build and also kind of workout. I didn't really want to do traditional strength training anymore. So the sound of this is just what drew me to this. And also because I've been following her for so many years on like Instagram and YouTube, I was always seeing her workouts and I was always drawn to her workouts. So when this was created back in 2022, it became one of her most popular guides, I believe, and it took me 2 years to get into it, which I really wish I did sooner, because I absolutely love this training style. And because, as I mentioned, I've been following her for quite a while, love the videos she created and was putting out on what she was doing, so I kind of wanted to replicate that as well. I'm going to talk about what is included in the guide, how much it costs, and all of like those kind of logistics. The cost of this guide was about £42, or if I'm just going to convert it to AUD, because that's the currency that I use, it was about $85. Once you buy the album, you need to make sure that you have an app called Athlete downloaded. So what happens, you purchase it, it then goes to your email address, and then you get like a code and you put your email address and the code into the app, and then it opens up the guide that you just bought. And it also is yours forever. So you purchase it once, it sits in your Athlete app, and you can complete it as many times as you like. So with the Move program specifically, as I mentioned earlier, it's a functional training program. It doesn't focus on heavy muscle growth or progressive overload unless you want to go super heavy on the exercises. That's up to your discretion. But it's more of a combination of hypertrophy training in the sense that it's usually higher reps and a lower weight. But if you want more of a hypertrophy dedicated guide, she has cut, and that's one that I've actually completed in the past as well. Because this is a functional guide, it means the movements created and curated are going to also help you in everyday life. This program also has a lot of body weight, explosive movements, and lots of balancing. If you want a guide that is all about weights, this isn't for you, but if you want something unique, different, and fun, I highly recommend. You will get 60 unique workouts over 12 weeks. There are 4 standard days, an optional core and HIIT day, and also 2 rest days. So it's a really great balance there. The weekly split is dynamic lower body, upper body, optional core plus HIIT, rest day, lower body strength, full body plus skills, and another rest day. Also really cool is that every single exercise, which there is 260 plus, has a video attached of Natacha performing the movement. There is an advanced exercise like a pull-up, for example. There is also progression within the videos that she's created. So it will show you anywhere between 1 to 4 progressions, and then you can decide which one you want to go for the exercise, which I think is really great, because not everyone can just do a pull-up straight away. Some people are going to obviously be beginners, and they're going to need to know how to firstly be able to perform the exercise with like a resistance band, for example. And then that way they can work through the 4 progressions which are laid out. There is also an estimated time on the workout that you're about to do on how long it should take you. So they usually range between 50 to 60 minutes, I believe. So that way you kind of know, okay, I've actually completed this within 30 minutes. I obviously didn't take my rest times long enough. So that way when you do it next time, you know, all right, I'm going to take 1 to 2 minutes of rest. That way we actually hit that 60-minute mark. That way you know you are resting and you are able to perform the exercises to the best of your ability and not just going straight into it after 10 seconds, which is something that I struggle with. I don't know what to do with my rest times because I don't want to just sit there and doom scroll on my phone. So I usually just like try and walk around in circles to try and pass some time. So those are all the logistics. So how much it costs, the length of the program, what you get. And I also showed you some clips of what it looks like on the phone, and what you're gonna get. So now I'm just gonna go through my thoughts and experience of the Move program. I'm just gonna go in strong and just say, I loved it. I love this program so much. So I did actually finish this about 2 weeks ago for the first time, and I just jumped back into it straight away again. So I'm now going into week 2. It's just so fun. I just absolutely adore this program so much. So last year I did the cut program. So that was a lot of hypertrophy. That was a hypertrophy styled guide, as I mentioned earlier. I thought that was okay. I enjoyed it for the time because I just wanted to kind of get out of traditional strength training. But this guide resonates with me so much and what I want from a workout. Like, it's quite unique, and some of the exercises do challenge me quite a bit, which is great because I want to be able to challenge myself in the gym and not just go in and do the same workout every single week. Like, obviously, if you want to be able to do progressive overload with your traditional exercises like squats, deadlifts, RDLs, you're going to need to do those every single week. And within this guide, there is a variation of those compound movements every single week, but it can be a little bit different. So for me personally, I really do like that it is different every single week because I was getting quite bored in the gym, and this has just enhanced my love for the gym again. I also love that it is just a one-off payment, which makes it worth it to me, and I'm completing it for the second time, and that just makes the value so much better, and it's just yours forever, which I just think is really great, because she could have just been like every other person who puts out a guide where it's a monthly or weekly payment, but it's just a one-off payment of $85 AUD, and I just think that's absolutely incredible. This is the type of training I love to do. Like, it contains exercises like pistol squats, handstand holds, and deep core exercises, which just resonates with exactly what I want. In saying that, I don't feel like this guide is very beginner friendly just because of like the type of exercises that are incorporated in it. Even though there are progressions, it can still be quite hard to complete some of the exercises. I find the core and hit days the most challenging just because of the type of exercises incorporated in those days. For example, you have like toe to bars, you have leg swings, you have rainbow swings, and they are really hard. Like, I have been going to the gym for years now, and I was on struggle street with these. Even at the end of the 12 weeks and completing these exercises multiple times, I still am struggling a bit with them, but that's just like the fun and the challenge of it as well. And another example, in like the dynamic lower body days or like the full body plus skills days, you have exercises like pistol squats. Like, I can perform pistol squats. I love to do them, but a beginner, they're not going to be able to do a pistol squat. You know what I mean? So with the 2 leg days, the lower body strength and the dynamic lower body, I have decided to swap those 2 around. I really love that there are 2 leg days because it makes it easier for me to make it more flexible to what I want. And the reason for that is because I go to run club on Fridays, and I didn't want to do a heavy leg day on the same day. So I just swapped it to do the dynamic lower body since it isn't so intense. And I do like to do 2 workouts on one day because that way I can still have my 2 rest days, and it's just a great balance for me. So depending on your lifestyle, you might only be able to do 4 workouts a week and not do the optional core and hit day, which is completely fine. You can wiggle things around as best as you want, and that's what's great about these guides, is because they are flexible in that way. This guide is just 100% worth it in other ways as well. Natacha Oceane is extremely knowledgeable, and she curated these guides and programs with professionals in the game. So they go over the guide that she creates, and they make sure that it is up to the standard of someone, of like an everyday person that's going to complete this, to ensure that, you know, there isn't going to be any injuries, that the exercises resonate with the type of guide that it is. So it's a functional program. We want to make sure that the guide is functional. So the way that she goes about it is really great. It's not just another influencer program getting pushed out without any certifications. She does her research. She works with professionals. That way you are really getting the best out of the program. What's also really great about her is on her website, with every single guide that is listed on her website, if you click onto it and scroll down, you'll be able to see a YouTube video link. If you aren't sure if you want to do the guide, or you don't really know what you're going to get, click onto the link, watch the video. She explains it really, really well. She goes through what it is, how you get it, what's involved, and all of that stuff. And there's also a sample workout integrated into the video, which is really great because then you can just do the sample workout. That's what I did. And by doing that sample workout, I was like, yep, I know I want this guide now. I purchased it and now I'm already completing it for the second time. I really do miss her content. It was just like pure facts that she was spitting out. And like I mentioned, she's very knowledgeable, but the way she presented the facts was just like in such a fun and pure way. Like the way she delivers content just made it so, like she was like your best friend giving you information about fitness, and it was just really great to watch her. I actually met her last year in April when she came to Sydney, and it was definitely one of my favorite highlights of the year. She was just so sweet. Like everyone that went to meet her, she took her time with them. Like she didn't rush people to quickly finish up. Like if you wanted to speak to her for 20 minutes, she allowed the 20 minutes, but obviously that did mean that you were waiting quite a while. But she's just such an incredible person, and she's one of my inspirations still. Like even though like she doesn't post content anymore, I still really look up to her. But yeah, she was just a source to 1.67 million YouTube subscribers, and she still posts on Instagram, very rarely though, but yeah, she's really great. So to summarize, the Move program is amazing, 100% worth it if you like this kind of training style. As I mentioned, depending on the training style that you like to do, you'll be able to find a guide that suits you and your lifestyle, whether that's building muscle, cutting fat, doing workouts from home, you'll be able to find a guide for you. I just wasn't loving the traditional strength training anymore, and I kind of wanted to move away from that, and I wanted to focus on, more explosive, powerful, and body weight movements with just a sprinkle of weightlifting, and that's exactly what this guide is. It's a perfect balance of both. And just going to mention it again, it's a one-off payment, which means the value for money is really amazing because you get to do it more than once if you want to. I also feel like this would be a great gift for someone. Like if someone doesn't really like physical items and they love going to the gym, and you kind of know they might want to try something new, I think this is a great gift for someone. Like if someone was like, hey, do you want me to gift you one of the Natacha Oceane guides? I'd be like, yeah, buy me this one and I'll give it a go. All right, my friends, that brings me to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you are. And just remember that one bad day isn't a setback, and tomorrow can always be better. Bye.